Hey, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Lucky Lotus FM podcast. I'm Jimmy.
My name is Brijesh.
You can find us on X,
Instagram,
Facebook,
Twitter,
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple.
Yeah, great hot start. We're off to a hot start. This is episode 14, 15? 15, episode 15. See, we know where we're at.
There we go. And shout out to our previous two guests, Kevin and Maya. Thank y'all for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we had Maya Mack for sports marketing and entrepreneurship, and we had Kevin Peace, MMA fighter in the PFL.
And I brought up CTE for some reason.
Yes, we'll keep plugging that. If you ever want to see a man blush very quickly, watch Brijesh ask a MMA fighter if he has CTE.
Can you imagine?
One of the highlights.
He's locking his punches ready to go.
Yeah, so we're looking for more guests for July and August. So again, thanks for tuning in. We're back with a solo episode this week. We got a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of developments in the world that's happened so far.
A lot of developments.
Like I said, if you're interested in being a guest, you know someone who wants to be a guest, I can record in the Memphis area or via Microsoft Teams, because F Zoom. We will.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I bought the suite for $9.99 for the year. Why not?
Dude, I can't believe they charge you that. Microsoft makes so much money.
Yeah, they do. Just the classic, like, well, the school's got to upgrade to 2016. I mean, 2012 is far superior. It's like literally does the same thing unless you're doing like cost modeling and accounting. Now, the new ones,
make the icons a little more glossier.
Yeah, they have Chat GPT in them, so they'll probably get better for Microsoft Suite. But still, they have been sued and convicted multiple times of antitrust things in the past.
Okay, speaking of antitrust, with chat starting to kind of infiltrate and like its web into different...
well, there's no what's it called? Regulation for 10 years.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, I don't know why, but I really want to talk about this. Have you heard of Palantir?
What's that?
Okay, so Palantir is...
Oh, yeah, that's the company no one knows what they do. That's like their stock is like going crazy.
It's going crazy. No, and what they do is they aggregate all the information on citizens, on people, and that includes your buying habits, your spending habits, your criminal record, everything that is about you. They all compile into this one algorithm to see crime. Like it's what's that one Tom Cruise movie where they can predict crimes that happen in the future?
Minority Report.
Minority Report. And
I love that. I love the Futurama episode that's about that, where it's actually the computer.
But it's so crazy now. Like chat. Oh my god. Like it's getting to the point where.
Is Tom Cruise in that movie?
I think so, yeah.
Are you sure it's not Colin Farrell?
No, it's Tom Cruise. I swear. Okay. I swear.
I gotta look this up.
I don't know the name of it, but I know that. Okay. But it's just, the reason I brought up Palantir is that how un-American is that company? That you're collecting all this. I mean, the Patriot Act never disappeared.
You're right. It's Tom Cruise.
The Patriot Act never disappeared. It's still hanging over our heads. And now we like live in a social dystopia almost. And you have what the new deep state is. All the Silicon Valley tech experts are a deep state now.
Are you gonna tell me something about the frogs over there too, Alex Jones?
I don't know.
The deep state, the global elitist. Buy my supplements.
But it's like we're watching the creation of it.
There was a guy on Joe Rogan this week, Oliver Anthony, who's a musician. And he was saying about how we are actually driving all this AI because it's free to us. Why would it be free? Because nothing in life is free. Because you're prompting it and giving it all the information to train it to make it better. That's why it's free.
Not for us. We bought the...
Well, yeah, we bought the premium. Shout out. X.
There we go. We support X. We support XAI.
Well, let's get into the biggest development. World War III is on the brink with Israel attacking Iran. Donald Trump says that he gave them 60-day notice to shut down their nuclear program. We're not going to get into the politics of it.
Yeah.
And I have friends that are Iranian and I have friends that are Israeli.
Yeah.
So what we will talk about is the implications of the war, such as oil.
And then also just the citizens caught in the crosshair, because these aren't military officials that are being attacked. They're just common citizens going about their day, listening to our podcast, listening to like just normal people that get caught into, I don't know, just...
For everyone at home, the correct pronunciation of the word Iran is Iran, not Iran.
Iran.
George Bush really ruined everybody for that. But a lot of people don't know. One of the things I didn't know after researching the topic is that Tehran actually has like close to 13 million people in their metropolitan area and 8 million, which would be the equivalent of like combining a few of the biggest American cities. So it is 265 square miles, the city, the metropolis.
So what's the over under on us going to war with Iran?
I thought you were going to say going to Tehran because I looked it up. It's a 24-hour flight. I have no implications of going, but you can't go in there, and there's so many sanctions already on them. And the implications of us going to war with them are the oil. They're a big oil producer.
Yeah.
During the sanctions, they got in such bad shape that they were selling oil tankers 2 for $1 during COVID and whatnot. So it could bring the rise for cost of goods and inflation even higher because everything will get a fuel surcharge that will only be passed on to the end consumer.
And then it's such a slap in the face for the U.S.'s diplomatic policy in the region too that Israel took a unilateral response to attack Iran. Yeah, I'm saying it correctly, right? And it's just like everything that we worked for to this point just got knocked off the table because of their attack, their preemptive attack.
Well, I would say what's the different than versus like 10 years ago when there was a gas crisis during George Bush.
Yeah.
One of the things to think about is oil goes up. That actually is kind of good for some of America because we're one of the largest producers of crude oil now.
Yeah.
With the Permian Basin in Texas, with the area in Alaska where they pay all their citizens who live in Alaska. I don't know if you know this, they get a stipend to drill all that oil. That's the whole drill, baby, drill campaign. So they're saying, hey, we're going to ravage all the natural resources of the state. We got to build this pipeline. By the way, here's like $5 to $10 grand every year if you're an Alaskan citizen.
So here on this podcast, we do projections to see if.
We've run a lot of financial modeling. Yeah. We just ask Grok, please explain. If you're one of those people on X that just tweets, Grok, please explain, you're what's wrong with society.
So isn't this how World War II started too? There were like smaller conflicts all over the region.
This is the exact reason that Pearl Harbor was bombed, because we put an embargo on oil for
the Japanese.
This is very different than that. We have not put an embargo on their oil. They have a ton of sanctions.
Yeah.
However, we've asked them to shut down their nuclear program. For those of you, I'm not going to get into it. For those of you who'd like to know more about how we got here, you can look at the Stuxnet virus documentary. Okay. It's very good. It talks about them like getting into the plants in Iran and destroying their nuclear reactors from within.
So
and their
wasn't
centrifuges.
Wasn't the Stuxnet attack? Wasn't that basically so their whole facility is air gapped, so it's not connected to the internet, and somehow they got a USB with the virus inside the facility where they're enriching the uranium.
That's right. When they hit the button, it did two things. When it hit the button to say stop enriching the uranium with the centrifuges for spinning, it made the spindles go so fast they blew up. So then they figured that out. They programmed that out. Then the Stuxnet virus, once that happened, they reprogrammed it to then spin at 1/3 of the speed it should spin at, which brings the spindles of the centrifuge to resonance and breaks the spindles.
Doesn't Israel also have a nuke?
Or so I believe they are nuclear capable.
Yeah. So, okay. It's.
I mean, if they don't, it's kind of like Big Brother. The U.S. is waiting in the wings. Like the U.S. says they aren't involved, but they shut down several missiles. So it's kind of like towing the line of, are we involved? Are we not involved? It's kind of like our involvement in the Ukraine-Russia thing.
Yeah.
We're not involved, but where do you think all the munitions?
Yeah, we're supplying all the munitions. We're supplying all the, maybe not the manpower, but all the equipment they need to attack Russia.
Right. And this has extremely high implications for the trade war because that is China's trade partner in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And so this could lead to reciprocal things happening with China where they start taxing their rare earth minerals and whatnot.
Because at this point, we've been involved in so many proxy wars that it's just a matter of time before we become the main target as well.
Yeah, I mean, it could go back all the way to Ronald Reagan, where we're funding and giving guns to both sides of a conflict in South America.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we're about to eat what we.
We're just reporting the facts, but we were talking about this before the podcast, and we were talking about conscription. If you're drafted. I would be pretty concerned if I was 18 to 25. I'm over the age to get drafted at this point. I'm not saying I'm undraftable, but if you're 18 to 25 or 18 to 30, it's something to think about. That this is the closest I think the world since I've been alive has been in World War III.
And did you? Was it DOD came up with new marketing for the Army? It's a Jim Funk what is it, Call of Duty type commercial where it's like, do you want to protect your freedom? We need men like you.
Yeah. So I was at Big and Rich, and Big and Rich had a bunch of veterans on stage. They're a country music act. They're the ones that sing, save a horse, ride a cowboy. So anyway,
great band.
One of the people in Big and Rich was on stage at this music festival in Memphis, and they said, who's ready to defend America? Where are my veterans? Where are my POWs? Where are my MIAs?
Yeah.
And then the guy said, and who's all my future soldiers at? So we can fight the Chinese Communist Army. And I was surrounded by about 10,000 people that said, yeah! And I was looking around like, oh my God, I cannot believe they just said this. And everyone cheered.
And okay, I understand cheering, but I was cheering until you start getting dead bodies coming back.
Yeah, and we're not taking a side. We're pro people not dying.
Yeah,
right?
that's 100% what we are. Because it's this whole conflict 100% could have been avoided.
Right, and they're targeting nuclear facilities. There have been civilian casualties.
Yeah.
They have blown up civilian buildings. They actually told for weeks in advance that we were going to attack so that all the generals in Iran would assemble so they could strike the point where all the generals met. So they basically
I think that's what the first strike was. What Israel did was like, I think 20 or 25 of their top generals were in one location. And that's where they struck the core, like, their core leadership.
Iran has reciprocated and sent missiles to Tel Aviv, some that were caught in the Iron Dome, some that were not caught in the impenetrable Iron Dome. So it kind of makes you think like, is America impenetrable from missile attack and whatnot?
Well, isn't the strategy right now? Okay, so if you're trying to attack Israel, it's just to overwhelm the Iron Dome. It's not like maybe like you'll get 60 or 70% of the missiles, but like another 30% is hitting civilian areas.
I mean,
again,
I don't know the strategy of the Iron Dome. I'm just saying that it has been marketed as impenetrable, such as an Iron Dome. If you're letting 30% of the missiles through, I don't think you should call it iron.
Yeah, a porous dome.
Like you should go work for the people that make the Iron Dome, and they're like, don't worry, only 30% of the missiles are gonna get through.
No, but it's crazy. But they've calculated it too. This is how many civilians we could strategically lose, and it's just like, what's the life worth? Mm-hmm. You know, you can't really like reduce it down to a statistic like Palantir.
We try and stay out of these topics, but we felt like it was a need to talk about on here
because this is going to be remembered in history. This was a very historical event that happened. This is not. We
will segue into something lighter, but I just want to tell everybody, if oil reaches $200 a barrel, which right now I believe it has jumped 12%, and it's at 88 before we walked in here, or somewhere between 78 and 88.
Yeah.
That means for you as the consumer, your gas, groceries, and everything are estimated to rise at least 30 to 40% just for the price of oil to get your goods, gasoline, to the place they need to go.
So maybe this is a little conspiracy angle of it. And it's, do you think that's why Donald Trump was in the Middle East a couple weeks back, just to kind of shore up, because they're like Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, they're still, that's where we get most of our fuel from anyway. So it's just
you think he gave him a heads up, like, we're going to do this, stay out of it?
Who knows? Now it's just all like, now we're playing Monday. Was it Monday quarterback?
Monday morning quarterback.
We're Monday morning quarterbacking this right now. Mm-hmm. One thing is, shout out to Steve Witkoff. He was essential in like coming up with like peace deals in that region. He would go out of his way to like, even the Israeli or the U.S. government we're not completely for what he was doing, but he had like good faith conversation with all these people. And there was a lot of headway being done by Steve Witkoff.
Well, I will say this, and then we can move on, which is it's kind of hard to negotiate with the U.S. when every 4 years you know you're going to get a different negotiator, a different set of tactics, versus Xi Jinping has not changed. Putin has not changed. The Ayatollah has not changed.
Yeah. It's so you're saying we need an authoritarian president too?
No, I did not say that. I did not say that, chat. Stop. All right, let's move on to something a little lighthearted. What's going on in Middle Tennessee?
There's a zebra on the loose.
There was a zebra on the loose. They caught him. So what's the zebra's name?
His name is Ed, and he was from their local zoo. And he escaped he made his great escape on May 31st.
Yeah, I didn't know this until I also, again, plugging Joe Rogan, was watching an episode of Joe Rogan. Zebras are not black and white for camouflage. They're black and white so that lions cannot chase down the individual zebra. So it's hard to see them in the herd. Yeah. So they can't coordinate. So they've tested this by painting one zebra red, and all the lions immediately kill that zebra because it can't run anywhere because it's still like a camouflage.
What a great experiment.
Yeah. So
proved a lot.
I heard that today, and I was like, well, we got to talk about the zebra in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
I do want to highlight for the zebra in Middle Tennessee, the way that they caught it, I'm unsure. The way that they brought it back to wherever it needed to go, They literally strapped it to a helicopter and flew it 1,000 feet in the air.
Dude, as an animal, what's got to be going through your mind? Like, yeah. How do you explain that to your friends?
Or it's like a dog on a hang glider. You have to imagine how many beats per minute this zebra's heart was
Yeah.
when it got 1,000 feet
you
off
have
the
no
ground.
understanding of what's happening. You're in your environment that you're in. You have no understanding where you're at. And then the helicopter just magically picks you up and scoops you from the air.
There's a lot of TikToks that I've seen that have had the "I hear your voice." He's like flying 1,000 feet in the air away. So happy they caught Ed. Ed will be brought to a really great home.
There we go.
You know, if cows escape, usually they put it at the front of the line to slaughter it.
Really?
Yeah, if it escapes like
Why?
a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So I'm really just hoping wherever this zebra escaped from, they don't kill it.
Yeah, I wonder what a zebra burger tastes like.
Or like, you know, what an apex animal that's like prey to not be caught by humans with all this technology for weeks.
God. Okay. Yeah, that's weeks. Yeah.
But like the zebra was on the highway. The zebra is in the news. The zebra was reported here. So you just wake up and there's a zebra eating your azaleas in the backyard.
You're in charge of that pen. Imagine trying to explain that to your boss. That zebra got out.
You're like the recapture team for the zoo. And like no one ever calls you and you're like smoking a cigarette and you're like, it's go time, baby.
Get the choppers out.
Yeah. Start the job.
Because you've seen those hog hunting videos where they're fully tacked out. They have night vision. They have submachine guns in the back of the helicopter.
That's a little different because hogs do more damage and raise the price of crops in Texas and different areas. Like they have them in Mississippi and stuff.
Yeah.
I have gone hog hunting. I have seen hogs while I was deer hunting. I can assure you they're not a nice animal.
100% they're not. How many times they can reproduce multiple times in a year, right? And their litters are what, 12 or 15 pups, and they grow they grow to be that massive in a very short amount of time.
They breed like rats, and you can thank the French, I believe, for bringing them over. They're Napoleonic pigs, and like if you take a pig from the farm and you release it into the wild, it will become a wild hog within weeks of not being domesticated.
That is kind of
like
crazy.
like a grasshopper to a lotus.
Yeah.
Locust. Sorry.
Huh? Lucky Lotus. Okay, sweet. So Ed's back in back at his house, so that's good. And okay, Flag Day's coming up.
We got Flag Day coming up. July 4th's right around the corner. We're looking forward to it. Let's go Flag Day. We got Father's Day coming up. We got a few things going on.
Yeah, happy Father's Day and happy take him out to the military parade. That's going to be happening. What are your thoughts on that?
On Trump's parade? I mean, all the other countries do it. I think it's a tremendous waste of money, but all the other countries do it.
Yeah.
We already waste so much money on the military. I have no problem saying that. The national debt, the interest this year will surpass the cost of the entire U.S. military.
Yeah.
That is the second largest expenditure in the American taxpayer budget. So we pay for it. It's not free, people.
Yeah,
it's our money.
not. Yeah, our taxes going to that. And our taxes increased too this year. Oh my God, property tax in Tennessee.
You know, someone that's Gen Z is like, look at these millennials talking about taxes.
Dude, we are getting old. Oh my God. Because 30, I'm 5 minutes away from being 30. So
You gave me a Flag Day gift earlier. I said, what the hell is this?
yeah, it's a.
Brijesh the kind of person that would gift someone a puppy for a random day.
Would you not? Would you not
Just be like, all right, take care of it for 18 years.
18, if you're lucky. Even okay, yeah. So
I'm zooming off nicotine right now.
too, and I'm about to start burping. But before I start burping, let me go and start plugging.
What do you think about the parade? You asked me about it.
Well,
Are you pro parade or not?
I understand the sentiment behind the parade, but it's just again, it's very authoritarian type of
let's
they're taking.
Let's speak for the heart. I mean, they got parades in India. There's some pretty sick parades. People spinning on motorcycles and whatnot.
Yeah, but it's like the U.S. is. I mean, we are like the world power. We don't have to flex. Our flexing is. It's very well known how powerful we are. And it's just a show of force. Doesn't make any sense because it kind of takes away from the mystique of the military.
You know who you can blame for this is Emmanuel Macron, because Trump saw a military parade in France, and ever since then he has been all about doing their own U.S. parade.
Ooh, talking about Macron. This is a side tangent.
All right.
What did you think of his wife smacking him in the face, getting off the airplane?
I don't know. Anyone that's out there, you can Google a lot of theories about his wife, but I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, dude,
Candace
Owen is on the brains.
Not a good look. We're not going to get into
look.
that.
No, getting a face mash. That is, from a woman.
Brijesh is going to pull up this ad, but while we're doing that, we just want to wish everyone a happy Father's Day. We didn't shout all the mothers for Mother's Day. So happy Father's Day, Mother's Day. Without procreation, the world wouldn't be possible. So
Thank you.
Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
All the great
Tell us in
fathers.
the comments, how are you celebrating Father's Day?
here. And then while you're telling us in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the ad read that
All right.
we're eventually going to have this person on the pod too.
Let's plug the plug to plug the ad read.
Here we go. So call WCWS Law Firm today. Our expert attorneys are here to make the process smooth and stress-free with services like settling estates, managing wills, resolving disputes, handling trusts, and guiding you through every legal detail. Based right here in the heart of Memphis, we're your local probate pros. Reach us at 901-523-1844 or visit WCWSlaw.com now.
What I will tell you, for those of you interested in legal services, WCWS Law is a full-service law firm. Anything civil law, your insurance giving you a hard time, you should contact a lawyer. Your landlord giving you a hard time, you should contact a lawyer.
And I had a chance to meet Luke, too. He's a very down-to-earth person, too. He loves Mission Impossible.
Shout out our sponsors.
Yeah, what a nice guy. Can't wait to have you on.
All right, we're going to move into our 6 big beers. This has been a long time coming. It's been like 3 weeks since we've done a 6 big beers. So those of you tuning in for the first time, 6 big beers is a segment why someone is having a bad week and needs 6 big beers.
Okay.
I'll go. My 6 big beers for this week are going to be P. Diddy. So
always great for the algorithm.
Always great. So these are the 6 reasons that P. Diddy needs a beer while he's on trial this week. Number 6, the courtroom sketch artist drew him looking like a rejected Muppet. Biddy's begging for a spa day to soothe his wounded ego. Number 5.
That was good. I liked it.
Snoop Dogg sent a hang in there gift with a cat in a Bad Boys record chain, but it crashed his phone. Diddy needs a tech detox.
Okay.
All right.
I like that. I like the first one better.
Okay, number 4. His ex-ascendant swore under oath that she brought 47 pounds of glitter to one of his freak-offs and edible body paint. Diddy's fantasizing about witness protection program for his dignity.
God, dude.
Number 3, let me get through them.
Yeah.
The judge caught him air drumming "Mo Money, Mo Problems" during a recess. Now he's sentenced to a week of interpretive dance classes to express himself legally.
God.
Number 1, his ex, who's going by Jane Doe in the trial, dropped a 500-page PowerPoint of their love contract that he made her sign, complete with pie charts, party vibes. Diddy's ready to astral project into a dimension where NDAs grow on trees.
Dude, Diddy, the omnisexual person, dude.
All right. Number 1 reason P. Diddy needs a break and a beer this week. Prosecutors played a voicemail of him whispering, "I'm the crack pipe." For those of you who don't know, his nickname in this whole thing allegedly was crack pipe. This is all alleged.
What a nickname. What a nickname.
It's a voicemail of him whispering, "I'm the crack pipe" over lo-fi beats. Diddy's booking a rocket to Mars to start a new life as an intergalactic yoga influencer.
God, dude, God.
6 big reasons Diddy needs a beer. And we just want to say that the Diddy trial is alleged and everyone has proven.
One really bad mark against Diddy is if you're a lawyer who's defended Al Qaeda or different terrorists.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. So his initial lawyer that he had has defended like criminals all across the world. It's his case was so bad he dropped the case.
We want to say alleged, innocent until proven guilty.
Yes, and United States, that's what we do. That's our law.
But what we can say is not looking good
At all.
All right, who's your person you're giving 6 big beers to?
So I want to talk about Vitaly. He's one of the older streamers on YouTube. He was known for doing pranks and also known for beating the crap out of this random woman while he was high on some drugs. And after that, he changed his life and started hunting pedophiles. And basically,
for the record, I do not like that content. I like
No.
I don't Catch a Predator is about as far as I'll go. Chris Hansen should probably allegedly pay his taxes too, but like I really don't like that content. Just turn them over to the authorities because otherwise you're profiting off.
Yeah.
It's like donating money
you
and
are
then being
profiting
like
off of it. And on top of that, I think something happens where if you don't have legal authorities like working with you, they can get off. People don't like the people he goes after don't even go to jail.
And then it's the borderline of entrapment. I will say all the people that he's caught, terrible people allegedly.
But
Same thing with the Catch a Predator. But let the law do its work.
Okay, so here are my 6 big beers. Why am I talking about Vitaly? So he was a nuisance streamer in the Philippines. He did the same antics that he does here in the Philippines, and they were not having it. They were going to send him to jail for almost like 13, 14 years. And recently he just converted to Christianity in jail. So, because the Philippines are very big on Christianity. So he thinks this is a good angle he could take.
I mean, seems like a way they get parole or something. Let's be real. The guy's not a great guy.
Not at all, dude.
He got famous streaking, I think, at a World Cup or at a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and famous for beating up dude, he beat the crap out of this woman. It was horrible.
All right. Allegedly.
No. He went to jail for it. Like,
Okay. All right.
That's
got
not
it.
alleged.
Then yes, he did it.
Yeah. So here we go. Beer number 6. Vitaly's prison pranks are so lame. He tried harassing the cellmates with a fake shiv and got wedged so hard his career flashed before his eyes. Pure loser vibes. Beer number 5.
That one was okay.
Thank you. Why is Vitaly stuck in a Filipino jail? His catching predator scams were just him stalking his own fading relevance, and now he's crying for a kick live stream bailout.
All right.
Yeah, no, these are, I make sure they're mean.
These are okay.
Yeah. Beer number, 3 or 4? No,
It's beer
4.
number 4.
Yeah. Vitaly's, why do I always mess
He's
up
gonna
on
get
this
through
beer?
this. If you haven't watched, he never can make it counting backwards from 6.
Yeah,
because
why?
your third one is 4.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Beer number 4. Vitaly needs a beer.
Vitaly's harassment career tanked so bad, he's now begging prison guards for a collab content. But they just slammed a cell door on his pathetic grifter face.
That's pretty good. That one was good.
Beer number 3. But what's Vitaly's new prison hustle? Harassing roaches for views. But even they scatter faster than his YouTube subscribers when he begs for donations. Dude, he's pathetic.
He's in a real Logan Paul situation right now, where Suicide Forest.
Yeah, Suicide Forest or the crypto scam that he's
Allegedly in.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
He will sue.
Beer number 2.
Vitaly deserves his cage because his whole prankster shtick was just bullying randos for clout. Now he's the one getting schooled by inmates who hate his whiny voice.
There we go.
Beer number 1. Why is Vitaly the saddest jailbird? He tried staging a viral prison fight for clout, but the only knockout was his dignity when the guards hosed him down.
That one's pretty good. All right, I'm going to give some applause
Thank you.
for 6. Big beers, P. Diddy and Vitaly.
This weekend for the rest of their lives, probably.
Good God. All right. So we're going to talk about Air India now.
Yeah.
We're going to do our boy Bossin Too Close to the Sun. We've got an ad read. We're going to wrap it up with Luigi Mangione.
Sweet. Okay.
All right. So what do you know about this Air India thing?
All I know is that Boeing
737 Dreamliner
yes.
taking off from India to London.
Have you seen the hashtag, if it's Boeing, I ain't going?
Yeah. Well, that's going to be really tough. I have looked at that before I've gotten on every flight, and man, it's been rough.
Dude, because there was, it's tragic. Everyone except for one person died on the plane. He was, I don't know the guy's name, but he was sitting in seat 11A. So maybe like in the future, I'll always kind of choose that section of the plane. But it's almost 325 passengers died on, while the plane was taking off, everything was normal.
Out of 326, he is the sole survivor of this plane crash. Do you know how he survived?
No, I don't.
He got to his feet and ran out of the plane, and then jet fuel and everything leaked into the rest of the plane. I read, which was reported on a reputable top 4 news source, and that most of the people probably burned.
That is so sad.
And he had people like grasping at his legs and stuff.
Because here the plane's taken off, everything's normal, and then something happened to the wings where they weren't retracted correctly.
Yeah,
so it was just a downward force.
They couldn't get any lift, and their flaps wouldn't come back up. Allegedly, they found one of the black boxes. They're waiting on all the other black box data. It may not be months, years until we know what happened.
And then a moment before the flight took off, there was a family of 5 who had just they were about to shift and go to Britain, start their new life. Had the 3 kids. A wife who was a prominent doctor.
They were on the plane, or they switched planes?
They were on the plane.
Damn.
And they took a selfie, and it caption was, "Can't wait to start my new life." It's that, I don't know, dude. It's just, this month has been weird. It's been a weird month, and it's just sad to think that just in a moment like that, like you're not like, okay, I don't have kids, but I can't even imagine the horror going through your mind as like the plane's going down, you can't even save them, and it's just that one dude covered in jet fuel who survives. It's like the nightmares this person's going to have. I feel really bad for him. This whole situation could have been avoided.
Let me ask you this, and we'll move to Boy Bossin Too Close to the Sun. You're the sole survivor of a plane crash. What is the first thing you're doing after you get out and you're in the hospital?
Make a YouTube account.
I probably start calling all my loved ones first, and then
Yeah.
I would immediately ask for whatever meal I could eat that I never eat, like ice cream and pizza. I'd have to like a final meal, like an inmo, like you ate your death row meal,
Yeah.
but then you actually got to survive it. So I would have a death row meal.
And the survivor guilt that you have to be feeling, it's got to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, if you're the single person to survive, people will grab them. But that's the thing is like. It'll come out, but from what I've read, if he would have tried to save a single person, he probably would have been dead from the jet fuel catching on fire.
It's
crashed into a residential neighborhood as well.
Yeah, that's that's the icing on the cake, the metaphorical disgusting cake that was just built. So it's that's very sad. Like prayers out to families who lost loved ones, and Boeing, please get your shit together. This is ridiculous.
All right, we're gonna move into boy bossing too close to the sun. You got a boy boss moment?
I do, and it's episode 12.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
all right.
It's here I am. So we're what 15 episodes deep now, but you kept telling me that there's gonna be a mistake that will happen.
What I told Brijesh was when you do podcasting, it's similar to working out. Not every workout, not every run you do will be a good workout.
Yeah.
Will be a good run. You will have bad episodes. You will have days where you're not yourself. You will have days where you have a bad guest. You will have days where the equipment fails you.
Yeah, but our equipment didn't fail. Our guests weren't bad. I failed, and I failed because I didn't save the audio file.
It could be worse. You always look at it's not like we interviewed the King of England or something during
Yeah.
this time, and we lost that
Oh,
footage.
you can come on the pod. You can come on the pod. King
The
of
worst,
England.
the worst if you have a podcast and you lose a guest interview and you have a malfunction where
Yeah.
the data file gets corrupted.
Yeah.
And you cannot recapture it. It's like going to a play. You cannot see the same play twice. It's always
No.
going to be different. It's not like a movie. You can't hit replay. And then you have to contact the guest and be like, hey, so the file didn't work, everybody.
So sorry, because it's like it takes us a week to get the episode up, anyways, and people take time out of their like busy schedules, so that's not going to happen. Like it's whatever it is. After this episode, I've been just saving the audio files immediately.
We've got a protocol.
We have a very important protocol now.
So your boy bossing too close to the sun moment was
It was just not saving the audio file for our episode that we work on.
not following the SOP, the statement of procedure, the standard operating procedure.
The image quality was amazing. It was a day like this. We shot in the morning, so
we like high-fived. It was like, damn, that was a good one.
That was a great episode.
Yeah.
But all you can hear is like
episode 12. So if you want to go back and just ring your eardrums, listen to episode 12.
Yeah, it's an amazing episode. But whatever we're here, we're doing it. Lesson learned.
All right, episode 15, my boy bossing too close to the sun segment is going to be brought to you by condiments.
Okay.
So I smoked a bunch of chicken in my backyard and I meal prepped throughout the week. So I was eating a certain amount of chicken, but I didn't bring any sauce. And these were the two worst pieces of chicken I made. They were very dry, but they had a great flavor. And I was like, well, if I get some sauce, I can probably eat it. So what I did was I squirted into a cup relish and mustard and just mixed it together.
Yeah.
And so I was going to top the chicken with it. For all the girls are listening at home, every girl I've told this to has been like, oh my God, that's gross.
No, I like the taste profile. Sounds interesting.
That wasn't the weird part. The weird part was what I did was I took a picture of it and sent it to my girlfriend and said that one of the people at my work had made bird's nest soup.
Yeah.
Like they do, where it's like the birds throw up and then they pull it out of the nest and they put it in the soup. It's like a delicacy in Vietnam and Southeast Asia.
What kind of...
But anyway, like Anthony Bourdain eats it on one of the first episodes of Parts Unknown, and he gets like really bad, like a stomach virus and stuff from eating it. So like it's a very desired taste. It's kind of like where Bear Grylls are like, they've cut out the intestines of a hyena. I must eat it raw. It is a delicacy. And they like push the poop out of the intestines.
Oh my God.
So it's like one of those things. It's a delicacy. It will not set well in your stomach if you're not a native. So I take a picture of it, tell my girlfriend that it's bird's nest soup and it's a delicacy.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh, I hear that's very expensive, because it is. It's like $100 a bowl back when Anthony Bourdain first did it and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have to hand pull the stuff out of
the
out of the bird's nest, which is just the bird's regurgitation to make the nest.
How is that a delicacy,
But
dude?
this is the funny part. I convinced her that this relish and mustard that I had mixed up in this solo cup was actually just bird's nest soup, and she was like, "Oh my god, it's a delicacy."
She's probably thinking, "Why are you wasting this money?"
I let her in on the joke, and she was like, "Okay, thank God." Also, what the heck with the condiments? Like, what are you doing? I'm just making like a concoction to put on top of this chicken. But
the mustard and relish does sound good though. Don't let anybody like steer you wrong in that way.
Shout out. Are you mustard relish mustard relish and ketchup? What do you put on your Costco dog? Shout out Costco. They got calzones now.
Did you ever? Oh yeah, I saw that. Boom. What was it? Would you ever mix mustard and ketchup?
Yeah, all the time. Are you talking about?
Okay, that's good. We're not weird. I'm not weird about that.
I like there's something that's out there now called cowboy butter, and the base is mayonnaise, and you mix it together, but it's just spices and mayonnaise that you put on like a steak. Oh man, I love mayonnaise on fries. Once you go to Europe and you have like fresh mayonnaise, you're like, oh my god, why do I use any other condiment? Because they make it with eggs.
Dude, I am hopefully so I have a trip planned in October to go to London. Their food is so.
What are you doing in London?
Just hanging out with family.
Shouting out the family. Shout out fam.
Yeah, our number one supporter lives in London.
Shout out our Brits.
Yeah,
that's my best. What's your best British impression?
Oi, can I have a cracker?
Oi,
Tuesday, chips and cracker.
At least our schools are not shooting galleries.
Have you ever been?
Have you ever been?
I'm about to bean. Here we go. That's Douglas Murray. Shout out Douglas Murray.
We're going to move into our ad reads. Okay. So we have a new sponsor. We want to shout out Vincent Smith of Remax Realtors.
There we go.
So I'm going to pull up this ad read. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, please contact us in the DMs. I'm going to read this ad read now as soon as I find it. All right. We're going to move into our ad read brought to you by Vincent Smith at Remax Experts. For all your real estate needs, whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, or you need to move out of your current pad in exchange for a change of scenery, Vince is a lifelong Memphis area native, a licensed in Tennessee and Mississippi. He can help you navigate this tricky market like an expert. Call Vince, your trusted friend in real estate, at 901-240-8274 at any time. He will treat you like family and take great care of you.
And shout out Vince. And guys, just remember, we're an open orifice for sponsors. So if you want to get on this podcast or want to sponsor your business, please let us know. We'll do you justice.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Lucky Lotus. Those have been our ad reads and whatnot. We're going to close out the pod. Luigi Mangione.
Okay, tell me about him. What's going on now?
He is the alleged murderer of the CEO of United Healthcare.
I love that. Alleged, yes.
Innocent until guilty.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we have the United States criminal justice system.
True.
You have your own opinions. Some people think he's a hero. Some people think he killed a father,
some people think,
son.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Some people are in between.
So he released a list on, I believe, X this week of the top 40 reasons that he's happy. I'm going to pull up this list now as I'm wildly prepared for this.
There we go.
How do you feel about Luigi while I'm pulling this up?
Well, so with me, what Luigi did, of course, it's a crime, but it's... I can't justify it. I honestly can't justify it. I understand the sentiment behind it, but it's... You did kill an innocent... Not is that person innocent? It's just whatever it is. It's resorting to killing somebody because you disagree with them, not going through the legal processes of actually taking them to court. It's not a good look, especially for the United States of America.
All right, so it's actually the 27 reasons why he is thankful, and I'm trying to pull them up. And
oddly specific.
Everything is failing me right now.
No. It's okay. So is he? What kind of jail is he? Is he in a supermax jail?
He is in a Brooklyn jail, I believe, because the murder. Or he's in a Brooklyn jail or some sort of jail.
And isn't he treated like a celebrity in the jail too? Like, don't they do his haircuts for free? And they give him like the VIP treatment.
I've got no idea about that.
Okay, because that's what I heard. Like even the Aryan Brotherhood and even like whatever factions are in jail, they all like treat him like a hero in there.
Yeah, I know nothing about that, but I wouldn't be shocked and surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the letter says. For those of you who don't know, Luigi Mangione wrote this letter on June 3rd, and he turned 27, and these are the 27 things he's thankful for. Number 1, my friends and family. Number 2, for my family redacted for personal info. So it's a moment to his family.
Yeah.
Many talented individuals. that have donated to his GoFundMe legal defense.
Yeah.
Letters, the mailroom at his jail, countless books he's read, independent media creators. I'm paraphrasing this because it's very long. Independent media creators, my cellmate Jay.
Oh, shout out Jay.
The staff and the correction officers at the jail. Chicken Thursdays with Sweet Baby Ray's sauce.
Okay.
30,000 individuals that have privately donated to his campaign.
Okay.
I believe Karen Friedman Alganifano. I believe that's his defense attorney. I'm not quite sure who that is. He names like a specific woman.
Okay.
Then he moves into other reasons such as his long sleeve T-shirt, his hearts. But the highlight that he put on here was Latinas for Mangione, number 16.
There we go.
So I don't know what it is with people that are obsessed with people that have committed crimes. But he's so attractive. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I guess there's that angle now too. It's less about what he did and more about the fact that he's an attractive killer.
That happens to everybody. That happened to Ted Bundy. That happened to a few people that have recently been in the news. But I just don't get it.
It's hard. Yeah, maybe we're jealous. We're just beta.
I am not jealous.
You and I could just be beta males that don't understand.
No, we are two Sigma wolves established first podcast.
Yeah, we did establish our dominance since then has increased only.
So this has been episode 15 of the Lucky Lotus podcast. We're gonna wrap it up here. We do not condone Luigi's activities. We just wanted to report the 27 things he's thankful for.
Yeah, and we do understand the sentiment behind it, but again,
we feel for the people of Iran and of Israel for the current conflict.
And then
that's going on there.
hearts go out to the families that lost loved ones in the Air India tragic airplane crash.
On a lighter note, shout out Ed the Zebra. We're glad that you're okay.
Yeah, and shout out to our new sponsor too, and shout out to our old sponsor. We love you too.
We shout out all our sponsors. Shout out everybody. You can find us at X, Instagram, Facebook.
I can do this one. You said Instagram, TikTok,
Spotify, Apple Podcast.
There's got to be one more.
YouTube.
Oh my god.
YouTube. You almost forgot YouTube. Folks.
And guys, again, we still have the running going for our 1,000 subscriber. Please join us, please join us. Please subscribe
for dinner at the Bass Pro Pyramid.
Yeah, so subscribe and like. Thank you all for listening.
All right, thanks everyone. Have a good week.
Bye. Oh my god.